My name is Juan Santos. I'm an attorney working for Chapman Law Group, and I'm based out of the Miami office. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about DEA registration. I'm going to split my time between talking about physicians and pharmacists. Physicians may receive a phone call from the DEA if they're registered to prescribe controlled substances in several instances. One, if they're facing a medical licensing case in the state of Florida or in another state that they're licensed for that matter. Secondly, if they have a whistleblower in their office that apparently blew the whistle because you are either overprescribing, illegally prescribing controlled substances, or violating or allegedly violating any rules and regulations from the DEA. What happens when you receive a call from the DEA? At least in Florida, the process is that you will receive a call from the diversion department, head of the diversion department. We work with them all the time. And they basically want to have a meeting with you. At the moment that you receive that call from the DEA, you have to contact a healthcare attorney. You can contact myself or another attorney, but you better contact a healthcare attorney. The reason why is that the DEA has already investigated you, has done an inventory of everything that you prescribed for the last 3 years. So it's not that you're going to go in there to basically see what's going to happen. No, the DEA already has a layout of what apparently you violated. So you want to consult with an attorney, and the attorney, we can obviously retain also an expert, which we use. It's an ex-DEA expert, and we can go through your prescribing practices so that we can be prepared when we go and we meet with the DEA. It's important when we meet with the DEA that we be honest with them. Obviously, what we want to disclose, and we'll prepare for that, because many times they already know about what they're looking for, but they just want to confirm and they want to see if you're truthful with them. Let's say that we went to the meeting and there was no issues at all and everything was fine, then basically they will close the investigation. Now, if the DEA wants to issue a case against you, usually it goes two ways. One, we can try to enter into a settlement agreement with them. It's also known as a memorandum of understanding, where they can monitor you for 1 or 12 months, 1 year, maybe 18 months, and they can check your practices and how you prescribe, and you're issuing prescription to your patients and medical necessity and all of that we can talk when we meet. But they can also issue what is called an order to show cause. If they issue an order to show cause, that means that an administrative process begins. And that's where you're going to need an attorney to represent you in that formal process. What the DEA is looking for, and the government for that matter, is to revoke your DEA registration number. If the DEA registration gets revoked, that carries a domino effect. What's going to happen is that insurance companies are going to drop you. You cannot hold medical privilege in a hospital. As you are aware, and if you see your contract, if you were in a hospital, that's one of the requirements. Medicare is going to come in and investigate you also to see what happened. Your license, a medical license, could also be another problem. So it's extremely important that you contact an attorney, a healthcare attorney that can help you navigate through that process so that we can obviously clear you from any allegations that the DEA stated that you committed. When it comes to pharmacies, it's a little bit different. Pharmacies, they get into trouble, and at least in Florida, because as you are aware, maybe people have heard about pill mills and pharmacies dispensing prescription medication. The pharmacies, like 5 to 7 years ago, if somebody came in with a legal prescription, the pharmacy will dispense the medication, right? And it makes sense. It makes sense. What happened was that when a lot of physicians started breaking or violating the Controlled Substance Act by issuing prescription medications without conducting physical exams, MRIs, etc., the pharmacies were basically issuing or dispensing the controlled substances without that doctor basically certifying that that patient needed the medication. Now, the DEA has issued, and they're in their website, and you can contact us so that we can consult with you, so what is called red flags, right? So the pharmacy has to be extremely aware of the type of prescription that comes in. Let's say we have, for example, oxycodone. What's the dosage? How many tablets, right? Look at the prescription. Does it look falsified? You have to look at the person that is, coming in with the prescription. Does he look, his appearance looks good? Does he shave it? Does he look like a drug addict, for example? So you have to be extremely aware of that patient so that you can evaluate him before dispensing the medication. Also, if a patient is coming from more than 50 miles away from where the pharmacy is located, right, or from where the doctor issued the prescription, that should be a red flag, right? Now, it could be that he's visiting his mother or his grandma. That's why he basically submitted the prescription 50 miles away. But that's also something that the DEA will take into account. Now, other red flags could be the type of doctor that is issuing the controlled substances. For example, a psychiatrist issuing oxycodone. That doesn't make sense. So there are many other red flags that we can discuss about. The pharmacy process is more or less the same as the physician process. You will receive a phone call from the DEA, at least in Florida, not a letter, usually first a phone call, and they would like to meet with you. We will go out to the meeting, and then we can see if we can resolve the problem amicably, or if we would have to go into an administrative hearing. I am happy to help you and assist you in navigating all this process. Just contact me here, Juan Santos, at the Miami office here from Chapman Law Group, and we'll be extremely happy to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day.